If you think about where your food comes from, when you go to the grocery store, your average food has actually traveled over 1,500 miles to get to your plate. And so for a lot of the items that had to be refrigerated and things like that, they were trucked all across the country in a refrigerated truck. It's just a huge increase for your carbon footprint or the impact that you're having on the environment. So that's one very important thing that you can look at in terms of an environmental factor.
It says our communities is the next one on a food ethics poster I saw on campus. So,
our communities?
Yes. So how do your food choices affect your community in your view, Krista?
So when you're sourcing locally, like say you go down to the farmer's market, you're paying that farmer directly as opposed to going to the grocery store where there's some middlemen in there and the farmer isn't making as much off of that food that they're selling. So that's one way, is that we're really supporting our local economy by supporting our local farmers, and in turn they are probably also a lot more likely to then be spending that money within our community as well, because being small business owners, they really appreciate the work of other small business owners in the community, and so they're likely to also shop at smaller businesses and things like that.
Outstanding. And how about our well-being? You mentioned a little bit with your health background.
Yeah, with the health background. So the USDA recently released and said, that Americans are typically not consuming enough fruits and vegetables. And so on the most basic level, eating local food, a lot of the options that you're going to get are whole food options. So when you go down to the farmer's market, you're not going to see packaged processed food items. And so the more that you're sourcing and purchasing locally and making your own food from scratch, you're likely to be positively impacting your own health as well as the health of the community at large.
And world hunger.
Yeah,
what's the
hunger.
Connection?
So I see the connection here being supporting small farmers, not just within our community, but also across the globe, and making sure that other communities have their power to be able to also be growing their own food. And so that's a really important aspect of local food and world hunger, making sure that we can feed our own communities and that we have food secure communities that we can live in.
And definitely Farmshed and your work, Krista, is making a big difference in helping us have more security and resiliency in our own local community. So thank you and all of your friends and colleagues in Farmshed for that.
Yeah, thank you.